Okay, so this is a demonstration to show you on how to make a mug from a round form that you can find at home, which is really easy to do with just, a can of soup, which is what I was able to find. So you're also going to need a little bit of newspaper. And what this does is we're going to pretty much take the slab and we're going to wrap it around this can and we're going to let it dry just a little bit, and then we're going to remove the can from the inside. So the best way to ensure that the can will be removed easily without ruining the form that you create with the slab is you make sure you have some sort of newspaper. I measured this out so that it's like the same height and that it can wrap all the way around my can of soup. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place my newspaper down right here and just sort of flatten it onto the wet slab. And I'm going to kind of use this as a template, and I'm going to cut straight edge right there. I'm also going to cut a straight edge for the bottom and a straight edge for the top. So the meat on the bottom, get rid of the meat on the top. So although this piece of newspaper is long enough to wrap around my can, I am going to leave a little bit of clay, just a little bit extra clay. It's always good to have a little bit extra than to have less, because it's easier to take away clay than to add on, generally speaking. So I'm going to just take this and wrap it. It looks like I need to move my newspaper over just a bit. A moment really lining that paper up. So I see that, I'm about a ½ inch away from these two pieces of clay meeting, this wall clay meeting. So I'm just going to kind of stretch and compress the clay gently, little steps at a time. And I noticed that my clay is just a little bit longer than my can, but that's okay. And once these two edges are almost touching, I'm going to score and then slip both sides of these. So my clay is really wet. I don't really need any actual slip that I made. I'm just going to use a little bit of water for my sponge to weten that area. And press really hard and make those two touch. And you can use your credit card tool or rib, plastic rib, aluminum rib, and you can clean up the seams of your cylinder. Okay, so that's how you make a cylinder form really quickly. So I think what you should do now is just leave this out for like 10 minutes. Check on it in 10 minutes, or maybe every 10 minutes, check on it. You don't want it to get super dry. So when clay dries, it's going to shrink a little bit, and it's going to be really hard to remove this can from this form. So check on it in 10 minutes. It should just be stiffen up a little bit. And when this clay cylinder is a little bit harder, you can remove the can or the round shape from the inside, and then you can add a slab to the bottom, and you will have a really clean looking and nice slab made mug cylinder.